Okay, people. I wanted to hold this meeting to tell you that, well, we finally might have a cure for your condition.
Okay. Let's hope it's a good one.
Let's hold off celebrating till we hear it. We can use neural implants. It's a safe and efficient solution, but there is a risk, a high risk, in fact, that the corporation will find out about your existence. Well, maybe it's time to man up and confront them about it.
Who said it's a bad thing if they find out? I mean, they're humans too. I don't believe they'll just dispose of us in cold blood.
We haven't done anything wrong. Why should we be afraid?
We are doing it. That's my decision.
Oh, so you've decided for us, without even giving us an alternative.
What's the alternative? Slicing up Tabula Rasa's brain while he's alive?
It's a good decision, Jan. I'm willing to take the risk.
I, for one, feel relieved. If there's any other way than treating a human being like a vessel, we should explore it.
Let's stop wasting time and get on with it. We knew from the start we weren't born into a fairy tale.
Exactly. We weren't born into a fairy tale. Because we weren't born at all. We were just created to prolong this loser's meaningless life. Truth is, there is no good way out of this mess. The branching was, from the start, it was,
Make way for the doctor.
Is he unconscious?
He's breathing. Get him some water.
It's getting worse. We need a cure now. What's your call?
I'm putting my money on Lena's idea.
Good. I'll gather everyone and inject the neural implants in their heads. Let's hope this works. All right, let's see. This should go here, and... Are you okay? I think so. At least it's not causing me any physical discomfort. And it looks like it didn't kill me. Maybe I underestimated Lena. Great. Maybe in time you'll just be able to forget about it. What's done is done. All that matters now is whether we can continue our mission safely. Time to get the others, I suppose. I'll leave you to it.
Hey, how do you feel? I feel relieved. Now that the choice is made, we can get back to doing our jobs and hope for the best. A clear conscience means peace of mind. Whatever comes next, I'm sure you won't regret it. Hey, how'd it...
Good, I suppose. The trick is not. As for the results, well, we'll have to wait, but I guess it's in the hands of Ally Corp Medical now.
You did a great job. It was Lena's idea, but I couldn't have pulled it off without you.
Yeah, thanks. I guess we're not such a bad team after all, me and her.
Hey there. How are you? Still feeling confident about things?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
You sure? That didn't sound very convincing.
No, it's just that I thought I'd be more happy about completing that old research of mine. But the more I think about it, the less reasons I have to celebrate.
What now?
What I mean is, it's a big success, but so what? Even if I do make it back alive, no one will ever know who's behind it.
Why not? We can tell them.
Tell them what? Surely you don't think anyone will let me be a part of society like a normal human being? Publicly, I won't even exist.
But you will live through your work. And what can be more rewarding for an inventor?
Being recognized for his input. But in this world, you are the one who will get recognition for what I achieved, because you are Jan Dolski.
Does it really make such a difference? I mean, we're both Jan Dolski.
It makes a difference to me. Look at us. We are two completely different people. More like two completely different quantum states of the same person. Of all my alters, you should be most aware of that. I was aware of that when I woke up, but then my existence started moving forward in time. And I ceased to be an abstract being suspended in a single moment. I became a physical body, progressing on an individual real-life path. You see, I don't need the world to remember my name. I want it to acknowledge my distinctive existence. And I need to know that if I'm gone, you'll take care of it. I guess I'll have to. But right now, I have bigger problems. I promise to think about it when the time comes. No, Jan. The future is too uncertain. I need you to make a decision now. Hey, you know what? I have an idea. What if we publish your research anonymously? And that will grant me recognition. How exactly? It will do so much more than that. It will make you legendary. Imagine the whole academic community trying to guess the identity of the mysterious author, analyzing the footnotes for clues. Imagine the headlines, man. Yes. Who is the prodigy behind this unexpected breakthrough in nanotech?
Prodigy? Really?
All right, All right, I got a little carried away.
So, you like the idea?
Do I like it? It's smart, simple, and I don't think anyone's ever done it before. Thank you for suggesting it. Who would have thought I'd be so excited about staying in the shade?
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? So, much better. I went back to my workout today, and it felt great. I'm a little worried about how the corporation's gonna react to us, though. Maybe they won't know. Yeah. Fat chance of that, but miracles happen, I guess. What really matters is that you had the balls to do the right thing. And I'm proud of you, man. So,
I feel much better. It's amazing what whatever happens,
noticed our storage is rather full.
So, how are you feeling?
I never thought I'd feel like a cyberpunk clown. Fuck. I noticed we're missing a few rad features.
You again. You look hurt. What do you think happened? I got to... Why don't you get some rest? As if we have time for that. Just remember to always have enough filters to keep the radiation barrier on. That way I can at least recover gradually inside the base. You look hurt. What happened?
Turns out I'm not immune to radiation. Hey, maybe you'll turn into... Right? Here comes the great radiator.
No, wait, that's...
Anyway, you know that the radiation...
You look hurt. Too much radiation. Are you gonna be okay? I think so. Just don't forget.
Hey, man. Oh, I feel much better, don't I? And when I'm no longer needed...
I decided to choose.
You traded us over to Alan. I thought we had urgent.
You look hurt. What happened?
Are you blind?
Hey,
Yeah. The glowing for now. Just... hurt. Looks like I got to...
Sounds serious. A good thing we have a doctor on board. Haha. Funny.
And true. If you want to help, remember to keep...
running out of storage space, you know?
Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything?
Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission?
Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point.
Oh, shit. Oh, my chest.
Careful. You took a heavy blow there.
Yeah, I remember the technician, but why? Did he attack me?
Yes. And it looks like he'd been planning this for some time now. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching, filling it up with stolen supplies, and then when the time came, he just knocked you down and simply took off into the desert.
Shit. It's all my fault. I saw it coming, but I didn't do anything to stop it.
Was he trying to kill me? I mean, what exactly happened? I think he just wanted to send a message. Knock you unconscious, maybe. But that blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over.
Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical.
Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth.
Wait. How did you find out?
From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin.
You talked to Lena?
Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died.
Did you tell her about everything?
Why shouldn't I? She wanted to know what's going on, and you were flatlining. There was no time for playing kiddie games.
Shit.
Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost.
We're lost?
The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense.
Is there no good news at all?
I mean, we're closer to the finish line, right? We just need to figure out how to get out of the storm. Sure, easy as that. Just so you know, we have been trying. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice.
Flawless.
I'm glad you see the problem.
Okay, so what do we do?
I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do? Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet.
Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about?
I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. Some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth. Okay. What's in them? What are you not telling me? Just listen for yourself. You know what Jan gave me? Our first photo with Lennon. The class photo. It's a relief to...
Of course, but I am concerned about the raging storm outside. Nothing's working, Jan. There's no help in sight. Why are we even here?
So, and you're awake, at last. You'd better think of something quick. We're nowhere near finding our way out of this sandstorm.
Good to see you in the base, buddy. Likewise, man. We thought we'd lost you there. Tell me you know how to get us out of this mess. We need supplies fast. We won't hold out much longer.
Message for Jan Dolski, corporate ID 4672B. My name is Agatha Wilson, and I am the Chief Operating Officer at Ally Corp, your employer. I have received some very unfortunate news about your mission. I do hope you realize it is vital that we speak without delay, so as to clear up any possible misunderstandings. Otherwise, the board will have to qualify your actions as purposefully subversive. I cannot keep them hoping it is not the case for much longer. Please don't let me down, and get back to me immediately.
What the fuck, Jan? What the fuck? They know everything. The board. But I thought we were... I thought we had each other's backs. That is some deep, deep shit you got Maxwell into. Do you even realize what you've done? Stabbing him in the back like that? Without any warning after everything he's done for you? Me? This is my last call. They've decided to cut me off. I won't be able to talk to anyone, do anything. Not until someone comes for me. All I do is sit here in this tin can and wait. Well done, bro. You know, I thought you'd have the guts to face me, but no. At least, I hope at least, you don't fuck things up with Rubidium. And that you bring enough for those bastards to share with others. But maybe I'm naive to think you care about such things.
Jan, I called and... shit. One of those alters of yours picked up. I know you're recovering from a fight or something? I don't know much more. He was unnerving. This is strange. Look, I know I promised to keep your alters a secret, but I talked to Vin. Dr. Paulson, the colleague I told you, was helping me out with those implants for you. And he convinced me that it would be a big mistake not to tell anybody. Out there, it might seem like you're making the right decisions, but from the outside, I mean, it's not looking good. Is it true that some of them went rogue and sabotaged your mission? I mean, shit. Are they dangerous? Maybe curing them was not such a good idea after all. I don't know. I'm really...
Find me when you're done with those calls.
Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought.
Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan?
The plan is simple. We need to get out of this sandstorm and reach the rendezvous point. I just don't really know how. Not yet.
I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. I knew that navigation system inside out.
He kept challenging me. I failed him, and you're paying the price.
Now's not the time for regrets, Jan. We need to set a direction for the base, and it needs to be right. We can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives. You've decided to trust the corporation. We implanted their tech in our heads, losing a part of the team in the process. I'd hate to know it was all for nothing. What if I was wrong? And trusting the corporation was a big mistake. That Agatha gives me the chills, and Lena, there's so much she doesn't understand. I don't know if putting you in their hands was right. I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. As your captain. No need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No, it was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role.
Sounds sad. So, definitive. Does that mean we've reached the limit of who we can become?
Oh, well, this actually got me thinking about something.
What?
That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC, his old experiment. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person.
You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that?
Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way.
Fine. I'll do it. What's the plan?
It's hard to call it a plan. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise.
Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards.
Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base.
All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words?
Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about overriding my
In case of fuel shortage,
Is it over?
disable evacuation functionality.
Hello? Anybody here? Base has stopped. I should check outside.
Disable evacuation.
Ah, shit. We're still in the storm.